Welcome to Roman to Yoga. If we're just meeting, I'm Casey. Lower down onto your mat and take a full body stretch. Point your toes, flex your ankles, place your heart at hand center, and select an intention for today's yoga practice. It can be a word or phrase, whatever first comes to your mind. Don't overthink it. You'll come back to this throughout today's class. If you need a little bit of support under your head, grab a pillow at this time. Clasp your hands up overhead and walk your feet towards the right edge of the mat. Pick up your upper body and move towards the right. Feel the stretch all along the left side of your body. If you're newer to yin yoga, the postures are held for a few minutes. This gets into the fascia, which is the deep connective tissue. My voice is going to go away after I set you up for the pose, which will allow you to draw your awareness inward and focus your attention on the right here and the right now. Don't worry, I'm your timekeeper today, so I'll call you out of the pose and set you up for the next variation as the class moves along. I hope you enjoy. On your next breath, return to center. Walk your feet over towards the left edge of the mat. Pick up your upper body and move towards the left. Feel the stretch all along the right side of your body. Do you notice if this side feels differently compared to the first? If so, that's completely normal. Don't pass judgment on yourself. You're just collecting data, remembering things, taking notes on areas you may or may not want to work on. On your next breath, move your feet over to the neutral position, then bring your upper body to match your lower body. If you're using yoga blocks today, grab them at this time. Place a bend in your knees and lower them towards the floor. If you're using the yoga blocks, place them under your knees and let them rest in a supported position. Place your arms in the T position, draw your chin down and back, and breathe deeply. Close your eyes. Notice that there's some space between the top and bottom rows of your teeth. No need to clench your jaw today. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. On your next breath, bring your palms to touch very slowly. Lower them down towards the mat. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, lower the hands down towards the mat. No need to rush through this. Place your hands on your thighs and gently guide your knees together. Place your right ankle just above your left knee. Lower the right foot onto the ground and feel the twist. Place your arms in the T position and take your gaze to the right. Notice if your right hip, if it's really hovering up in the air. Would it feel better to stack the hips, or perhaps take a yoga block and let your hips rest on it? Remember, this is your yoga practice, so you should do what feels best for you. No need to match the shape on the screen or what you think a twist should look like. You're exactly where you need to be. The most important thing is you showed up today. Sometimes the hardest part is just rolling out your yoga mat and getting here, but you're here, so commend yourself for that. On your next breath, release the pose. Lower the right foot down. Pick up the left foot and place it just under the right knee. You've been here before. Now lower the left foot down towards the right. If the foot can't reach the floor today, that's completely all right. You can always bring the floor closer to you. Take your gaze towards your left. Notice that your hand, elbow, and shoulder are all in alignment. If your hand's creeping upward, gently bring it back to alignment. If it's creeping downward, guide it upward. Now, if it's uncomfortable for you to find alignment, that's okay. Your body is just signaling where you need to stop, but if you can find that T position, please do so. Close your eyes. Come back to the words of your intention that you set at the beginning of today's yoga practice and breathe deeply. Release the pose. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Clasp your hands around your shins and gently rock from side to side a few times. Massage out your lower spine. Digest what you just did. Breathe in and breathe out. Focus your attention on the right here and the right now. Lower your feet down, step them mat width distance. Lower your knees to the right, take your gaze to the left. Lower your knees to the left and take your gaze to the right. Gently windshield wipe out your hips a few times. Next time your knees lower to the right, pick up the right foot and rest it just above the left knee. Take your gaze towards the left. Notice how this feels a little bit different when you take the belly twist out. Do you have a preference? Why is that? Close your eyes. Soften the muscles in your face. Sometimes, if you can't even soften the smallest, tiniest muscles in your face, how are you to relax the big ones? So notice if you're clenching that jaw. Just keep reminding yourself, soften, relax, strengthen and lengthening. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Release the foot, lower your knees towards the left, and pick up your left foot and place it just above your right knee. Take your gaze to the right. Notice that your arms are in the T position. Close your eyes. Feel the posture at hand. Know that you're going to be here for a few minutes and deeply stretch into this pose. Last moment in this posture. Release the pose, lengthen the legs out long, stretch the arms up overhead, point and flex your toes a couple of times. Take a full body stretch. Lower your arms down along your side, and the easiest way for you, come to the hands and knees position. No need to rush, you'll get there. Readjust your outfit as needed. Press the big toes together, separate your knees to the wide edge of the mat. Bring a pillow if you're using one today. Gently rest your hips back onto your heels. Walk your hands forward. Rest your forehead onto the mat or the pillow. See if you can walk the hands just a little bit more forward. Remember, sensation but not pain. If you're experiencing any tingling in your hands, your body is signaling to you that you've gone a bit too far, so no need to overly stretch. Things will open up over time. So close your eyes and breathe. Firmly press your hands into the mat beneath you. Remove the pillow. Inhale, round the spine. Exhale, drop the low belly, curve the spine. Lift and lower the spine a couple of times at your own breath's pace. Now, bring the knees together, set the hips back onto the heels, and walk your hands forward. Notice how this closed variation feels differently than the opened variation. Do you have a preference? Does one stretch feel better than the other? Ask yourself, why is that? Once again, you're not judging yourself. You're just collecting data. Now firmly press your hands together and make a prayer-like position behind your neck. And walk your elbows a little bit further in front of you. See if you can really feel the stretch in your underarms. Now, if this is a little bit too much for you, that's completely okay. You don't have to add this variation. Remember, meet yourself where you're at because you are exactly where you need to be. Lower your hands down towards the mat. Firmly press all the palms into the mat. Make your way onto your belly. Lower the tops of the feet onto the floor. Lengthen the arms out long. Place the arms in a goalpost position so you'll have a bend in your elbows. Drag your right knee up towards your right elbow. Turn your gaze towards your right and feel the stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. Lengthen the right leg out to meet the left. Turn your gaze towards the left and drag your left knee up towards your left elbow. Your elbow should be in line with your shoulder. You're going to be here for a few minutes. Enjoy it. Don't go too far. Meet yourself where you're at. Notice how this side feels compared to the other. And feel your breath. Drag the left leg out to meet the right. Lengthen the arms and take that full body stretch on your belly. Just take a few moments. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice that the tops of the feet are resting on the yoga mat. Soften the belly. So much of your life can be spent drawing your low belly towards your spine. Just soften your belly for this moment in your yoga practice. Nobody's looking at you. It's just you in your room, in your space, doing a yoga practice, making time for you. On your next breath, place a bend in your elbows. Press the hands firmly into the earth. Curve the upper back and take your gaze forward. Notice that your feet are hip-width distance apart. Press a little bit more firmly into the ground. And then the easiest way for you, come to a comfortable seated position. Adjust yourself as needed. Take a cross-legged position. Your right shin should be on the outside. If you're using a pillow today, grab it at this time and hip hinge forward. Extend the arms long and breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Adjust your hair as needed if it's all over the place. Turn off your alarm if it starts ringing. Breathe in and breathe out. Drag your hands down towards your knees, press into the earth and sit up tall. Extend your legs long and change the position of your legs. Place the pillow in the desired position, hip hinge forward. Extend your hands forward. Draw your low belly in and up. Feel the stretch in your underarms and hips. Know that it's the last few seconds of this pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to the words of your intention just one last time. Smile to yourself softly. Come to a comfortable seated position. Draw your hands to heart center and always, always commend yourself for making time for you. Let me know what kind of yoga video you'd like to see. I'd love to dedicate a video to you.